Hi, this is Evan here, Molendinarius, and in this short video I'm going to discuss a problem that English people have with Latin, and it's the problem of stress. In English, when a vowel is long, usually, not always, but usually it carries stress, and we associate automatically the length of a vowel with stress. So what happens in Latin, which has lots and lots of words with a final long vowel, but the vowel is not stressed? The problem is that our ear will pick up that long vowel and think, stress is on the last syllable, but of course in Latin stress is not on the last syllable. Let's have a look at a word, for example, conservo. Now, con is long and it's not stressed. The stress is on the e, conservo. Now, yes, it's a short vowel by nature, right? And it carries a stress. The last O carries no stress, but it's long. Conservo. The question is, where do you hear the stress if you English? Con, the tone is flat. Ser, wo, and the tone is falling. Let's look at another example. That's the word for ink. Atramentum. So we have two long vowels that don't carry stress. Atramentum. But to our ear, we hear that long vowel and we think, stress, tramentum. And we actually hear lots of stresses there, where in Latin there's actually only one slight stress. Because remember, the stress in Latin is not strong. Atramentum. And at the end we have the grave accent falling. So we have atramentum. Or rogar, this word rogar. Tricky, because it's got a long vowel on the end, short at the beginning, rogar. So our ear automatically assumes and picks up that long vowel, rogar, and thinks, the stress is on the end. The question is, how do you lengthen the last syllable in Latin without stressing it? Well, we just have to accept that our English ear will mislead us and will think that we are listening to a stressed syllable when it's not. For example, consciso, conscisos, consciso, rogar. It sounds like it's got the stress on the last syllable, rogar, but the tone's going up, rogar. I was recently reading a poem, and I don't think I have that now on my computer, but the last line ended in rogar, and of course it sounds like, if you just listen to it quickly and you have your English ear in an operation, long vowel, stress on the final syllable, but not the case. And of course many speakers of Latin don't bother with the long vowels, so even when you have an ablative ending, for example, people don't bother lengthening it at all. And certainly the unstressed long vowels, a lot of people don't bother with those either. So it's difficult for an English speaker to do. It's very unnatural for an English speaker to go atramentum, because English doesn't work that way. We say atramentum, but atramentum, that sounds very peculiar to an Englishman, or English woman, or English person. And that's just a little note on stress and how your ear can lead you astray. And you need to pay attention to the tone and the stress and the length, and not be confused, not let yourself get confused by the length of a final syllable, which doesn't carry weight, but our English ear will assume the weight's there because the vowel is long. That's all. Just something to pay attention to when you're listening to Latin poetry, and you just need to attune your ear. And once your ear is attuned to the Latin, you won't be misled. and think that the weight's been thrown onto the last syllable when it's just a long vowel with a grave accent, with the rising tone on the first syllable. So rogar. That's all. Bye.